everybody, this is Emily Strand once again with Hogwarts Professor, here with another digital postcard. And October is a great time to celebrate our favorite book series with a Harry Potter themed party. And a lot of people love to have these Harry Potter themed parties, but wonder what to serve. I'm going to give you some suggestions for some cocktails that you could serve at your own Harry Potter themed party. Now the thing about Harry Potter cocktails is that you can get really high tech with your Harry Potter cocktails, but I don't think you necessarily have to go high tech, you just need to go high concept. So for instance, we can talk about Veritaserum. So Veritaserum in the books is obviously Truth Potion. That is a colorless, odorless potion that makes you tell the truth. That's the information we're given from the books. So with this information, we can come up with an excellent cocktail that meets these qualifications, right? So my Veritaserum is a vodka sake martini, which is colorless and odorless and will certainly make you tell the truth. The recipe I found calls for 1 ounce of sake, 1 ounce of vodka. We've got lovely vodka, Kettle One, which is a great martini vodka. I just bought Trader Joe's kind of standard sake. It's probably about 15 bucks a bottle. It's not expensive. And we're going to put a dash of gin in it. So we've got about 1 ounce of the vodka, and we're going to do about the same amount of the sake. So this is not a drink for the faint of heart. So steer away your brand new drinker at your Harry Potter gathering from this particular drink. Give them the Polyjuice potion instead. We'll get to that. Just a little dash of gin in there, just to mix up the flavor in there, the alcohol. So then we're going to shake that very vigorously over ice. And here I have already chilled. This is the best way to prepare a martini, is to chill your martini glass with some ice and some cold water. Get that glass nice and cold, because you don't want the temperature of your glass bringing down the temperature of your drink. Martini's supposed to be extremely cold. Give it one more shake, and it's got a lovely, lovely presentation there. The glass. A lot of martinis, it's nice to garnish them in some way, but since what we're doing here is we're serving up Veritaserum, which is colorless and odorless and makes you tell the truth, it doesn't need anything. It's perfect just the way it is. So you have this lovely, lovely, very ice-cold drink that tastes great and is guaranteed to make you tell the truth. I should have brought my wand. All right, so I was talking about high concept with these drinks, and that is the most important thing. Actually, I think that the most important thing is that your drinks taste good. So it's great to have a lot of crazy ingredients, but not if it makes your drink taste awful. So I think the basic thing here is that you need to make good cocktails and have great ingredients. And sometimes that means relying on an old favorite recipe. So a Cosmopolitan is a really great cocktail that a lot of people love. And so I think it makes a perfect sort of metaphor stand-in for Amortentia, which is love potion. It's got the right color, it's red, it's got that bright red cranberry juice, and it's got that sweetness to it, and it's a sufficiently strong drink, and you can vary the strength of it with the amount of alcohol versus the amount of cranberry juice that you include in your Cosmopolitan / Amortentia. But the thing that you need with your Amortentia to make it a truly Harry Potter cocktail is you need a little bit of deception. So here's what you do. You take your Kettle One again, or whatever kind of fine vodka that you want to use. Give it an ounce, ounce and a half. Again, you can vary the strength of your cocktail. And then you want to take some cranberry juice, and you can use a straight up cranberry juice or a mix. And you probably want to go a little heavier on the cranberry than you went on the vodka, just for a balance of taste. So then you're going to mix the drink just like you did the other martini. You've got your martini glass prepped, chilled, ready to go. And people love to see their cocktails made right in front of them. So that's a great feature at a cocktail party, to have someone right there making their drink. But here's what you want to do with the Amortentia. because, you know, there's a little something deceptive about the love potion, right? Tom Riddle's mother deceived Tom Riddle Sr. with a love potion. Harry Potter nearly gets deceived with a love potion, so you want to be a little bit deceptive. So right before you serve it, you say, oh, hang on, it's not done yet. And then you just pull out this interesting little bottle from out of nowhere, and you just go, put a little dash of something innocuous in it. What I've got in here is triple sec. So it's going to add a nice little orange flavor, which is going to taste great. And so you add a little deception to your cocktail, and you have a lovely love potion. Cheers.
Oh yeah.
All right, the next cocktail I'm going to tell you about is one of my favorites. This is a very popular cocktail, even with folks who don't drink cocktails very often. So you can also vary the strength of it as well. It's kind of like a desserty sort of treat as well as a cocktail. It's polyjuice potion. So what we're going to make for polyjuice potion is we're going to make a mud-like substance, right? So kind of the classic mudslide drink. And again, the ingredients can vary. The way I like to make it is to use vodka as the base. As you can see, I like to make vodka cocktails. So we're going to put about 1.5 ounces of vodka into a blender. Okay, and then we're going to use a little Kahlua, maybe about 1/2 ounce, 3/4 of an ounce of Kahlua. And you could also use Bailey's here, or another one of your favorite sort of after dinner sweet liqueurs. And then we are going to add a couple of scoops of chocolate ice cream. Yummy. The Ministry of Magic carefully regulates the distribution of polyjuice potion for the purposes of entertainment. This establishment possesses a valid ministry-issued license to serve polyjuice potion tonight, but we're required to ask for a bit of your own hair so as to prevent confusion. We apologize for any inconvenience. So you don't actually have to add their hair to it. That would be gross. So a couple of ice cubes in here in your blender, and you are ready to go. Ooh, see that little mist that came out of there? That's great. All right. So you've got a mud-like sweet cocktail, very delicious. Cheers. So next we have a cocktail. It's a little macabre, this cocktail, but I think that's okay. I think Harry Potter fans have embraced the macabre in their books. I call this the Dumbledore, because remember that really horrible scene in book 6 when Dumbledore had to empty that basin in the cave, and he had to drink that kind of glowing green liquid, and you had no idea what it was, and it was making him relive his worst memories, and it was just this horrible. Well, we've made that into a cocktail. That's just what your party needs, I'm sure. So this is called the Dumbledore, and basically what it is a classic cocktail called the Grasshopper, and we're gonna put 1 ounce of this really amazing liqueur called Creme de Menthe. It is bright, glowing green. I'll try to pour high so you can see it there. Yeah, it's just this really vibrant green color. We're gonna put 1 ounce of that. Let's do a little bit more. Let's do 1.5 ounces of that into a cocktail shaker full of ice. Okay, that's a beautiful bright green, Kelly green color. And we're gonna do a little more vodka. Stock up on your vodka there for your Harry Potter cocktails. Okay, about the same amount of vodka, and then we are going to add about 1 ounce, maybe 1.5 ounces of half and half. Okay, just same type of stuff you put in your coffee. So there you go, and that's pretty much it. We're gonna give that a shake. It smells great, very minty, delicious. Chilled cocktail glass. Got that already. Poor Dumbledore. I mean, so look at the color of that cocktail. That's just gorgeous. And scary at the same time, which is exactly what we like about Harry Potter. There you go. You got every last drop, right? Harry, to your good health. So one more thing about the Dumbledore. Remember, we're going high concept. And you know, Dumbledore, you know, in the films, I think he drinks out of like a shell, like the sort of shell that you use in a Christian church to baptize. But in the books, I'm pretty sure he drinks out of a goblet. So it'd be a great, you know, you can serve it in a lovely martini glass like this. That's perfectly fine. But if you want to go a little higher concept, you get a beautiful goblet-styled glass. You know, this is a really beautiful vintage goblet-style glass. You just pour it in there instead, and you offer it to your guest, and it's this beautiful goblet of this intimidating-looking liquid, and you never know what's going to happen. Okay. Our last cocktail for today is my favorite. It is Felix Felicis. So you gotta have Felix Felicis if you're gonna have Harry Potter themed cocktails. Who doesn't want to have something that they will drink that will give them just, you know, uninhibited luck for the next, 12 hours or so? Felix Felicis, the obvious choice to me for a cocktail to represent this lucky potion, was a classic Rat Pack era cocktail called the Royal Gin Fizz. So I'm going to tell you how to make that. It's got the qualities that you need, which is a golden color and effervescence, and it definitely makes you feel lucky. So you start out with a cocktail shaker full of ice, and also a Collins glass. This is kind of like a Collins glass. A Collins glass is just tall and thin and round. Full of ice as well, okay? So we're gonna mix a few things in. It's a little complicated. We're gonna mix a few things in the cocktail shaker first. The first being about an ounce or an ounce and a half of gin. So we pour that right in, departing from the vodka a little bit. Then we're gonna have some lemon juice. I just squeezed a lemon here, and I'm going to strain that into my shot glass here. I've got about an ounce of lemon juice, so I only need about half that. So I'm going to pour about half that into my mixture there. This is where some people jump off the ship because we're going to put egg white. It's going to give us a lovely frothiness in the cocktail. So a little bit of egg white into the mixture as well. So just about a half ounce of egg white. You definitely don't want to go overboard on that. This is not a vegan cocktail. Then you take a little bit of just plain sugar, you know, maybe about a teaspoon of sugar into the mix there. And you're going to shake that very vigorously over the ice in the cocktail shaker. You definitely want to give it a good shake to get that sugar really well mixed in. Now, this glass is roomy. We've got plenty of room in here. See that nice froth going into the glass? But what's great, the kind of crowning feature of this cocktail is that you top it with champagne. So you definitely want to leave room for champagne in your glass because that is going to bubble up very nicely. And give it a little stir, and you hand it off with a wish for luck. Just have to give a few shout outs here. My friend Rachel hosted us with her beautiful kitchen. My friend Brianne was the camera woman. Kuka was here for moral support. And I also just want to give a shout out to Allison and Linda and Charlie and everybody who back at the University of Dayton who helped me develop these cocktails back in the day. So cheers to you all.